would have gotten a booth. Like
Right.
I thought he was a rapper. What is 50 Cent? Is he a rapper? Is he a producer? Is he a actor?
Hey fam, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into Clarissa's latest interview. And trust me, there was a moment that most people probably missed if they weren't paying close attention. It's not just what she said, it's how she said it that changed everything for me. When I rewatched it, I realized this wasn't just a one-off moment. The tone, the timing, and even the reactions afterward all point to something deeper that most people overlook. We're going to break it down, go back, and bring it forward so you can see the full picture. Plus, Clarissa mentioned something else that totally shifted her behavior pattern.
And you're letting him know you never cheated. Was there any friction at home when all this stuff was happening, or was he? I'm just asking because sometimes we don't know behind the scenes when it is hard.
If you were a real person and you were a real guy, first of all, I had already spoken to Pap about.
All right, yo, let's pause for a second. Quick note, when we do commentary and play clips, we have to stop them at certain points to stay within YouTube's fair use guidelines so we can give our insight over the clip. Now check this out. Angela asked Clarissa, was there any friction at home? And Clarissa straight up doesn't answer. Instead, she pivots and starts talking about having a real man or a real partner at home, which, honestly, in my opinion, Papoose doesn't really fit that description. Even when she starts complimenting Papoose as a real man, she can't finish the sentence. That tells me whatever she was about to say, she doesn't fully believe it. She's trying to make it seem like there's no problem, but she just can't commit to the narrative. This is a classic pattern. When someone avoids the question and gives an unrelated answer, it usually means the truth isn't being told. So let's keep listening and see what else she reveals. Or more accurately, what she chooses to say to dodge the real questions.
Because he was telling my best friend something about his feelings was hurt or something like that. And I was like, what is feelings hurt for? And I was telling Pat because celebrities deal with stalkers. Celebrities deal with people that's obsessed with them who really don't know them like that. You know what I'm saying? Or even if you just friend somebody, like they feel like in their mind that y'all are closer. You can't control how somebody feels.
All right, let's break this down. Clarissa was talking about celebrities dealing with stalkers, people sliding into your DMs, acting like they know you. But pause for a second. Isn't that basically what allegedly happened with Remy? Remy claimed she was just asking for fashion advice, only to discover later that Clarissa had also DM'd her husband, Papoose. So here's the thing. If Clarissa is using her definition of stalker based on someone sending messages or acting like they know you, then maybe she needs to check her own behavior before calling someone else out. Could the same label apply to her actions toward Remy and Papoose? That's the question. From my perspective, it looks like this could have been a calculated move, Clarissa allegedly reaching out to Remy as a way to get closer to Papoose. I'm not saying Papoose is completely innocent, we know his history, but right now the spotlight is on Clarissa because she's the one doing these interviews and framing the narrative. So yeah, by her own standard, the same behavior she criticizes might apply to her. That's why I want you all to hit the comments and tell me what you think. Do you see what I'm saying? Could the same thing be said about her? Now, moving on, she continues talking about someone she can...
I don't know you, right? But somehow, you always got videos and pictures of me. I ain't know who this man was to my best friend, the one that called him. The one that called his dumb ass. She said, Rex, did you know that this dude, Maserati Bud, got you all over his page? I said, what you mean? She sent me his page. I go to his page. It's nothing but pictures of me. Pictures of me. Videos of me and her together.
Exactly. This is the key pattern here. When someone keeps switching their story, it starts to signal to the audience that they're being untruthful. Clarissa's narrative keeps shifting. One minute she doesn't know someone, the next minute she's claiming they were friends. That inconsistency makes it really hard to take any of it at face value. The truth doesn't change, no matter what you say in the moment. So when the story keeps evolving like this, people notice the pattern, a story that bends to fit the moment instead of staying consistent. That's why we have to question what's actually true versus what's being performed for the camera or for public consumption. Now, let's move on to the part with 50 Cent. So
Would have gotten a booth. Like
Right.
I thought he was a rapper. What is 50 Cent? Is he a rapper? Is he a producer? Is he a actor?
All right, let's break this down. Claressa talking about 50 Cent, the cease and desist, and the whole Maserati Bud situation shows a pattern. She's using high-profile names to bring attention to herself and Papoose. She says she's not here to give anyone a platform, but then she literally talks about people with massive followings, which contradicts her statement. That's the first thing to notice. Second, the lawsuit/cease and desist angle. Can you really sue someone just for insinuation? It's tricky. Most of us have had people insinuate things about us online, and if every insinuation was actionable, the courts would be flooded. Third, the pattern of relying on someone else's reaction to elevate your own status. Claressa and Papoose seem to need that back-and-forth drama, 50 Cent responding, T.I. responding, to get people talking. But the problem is, if that response doesn't happen, then their spotlight fades. Papoose falls back into the background, just like before. That shows the attention was never fully earned. It was dependent on someone else's involvement. Finally, this whole behavior also ties into Claressa's ambitions as a rapper and singer. She's using the drama and the celebrity attention as a way to elevate her brand. It's a strategy, but it also raises questions about authenticity and accountability. So now, I want to hear from your audience. Do you think they were really just trying to get attention?